Hey, it's your boy Crypto Expat Life, back with another video. In this video, I'm going to talk about 13 suggestions to increase the GST price in STEPN. So let's roll that intro and let's get into the video. Hey guys, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button and bell notification so when I upload my latest vids, you can get notified immediately. Okay, so there's a couple of things I want to say before we start. I know this is another STEPN video, but right now this topic is so hot. There are people basically screaming left, right, and center in STEPN about the GST price. So I wanted to talk about it, and I wanted to give some proactive suggestions to increase the GST price. So if you're in STEPN or you're thinking about STEPN, this video is for you. If you're not interested in STEPN whatsoever, then this video probably won't make sense to you. Okay, so before we get into the 13 suggestions, I do want to say this, and this is really important, especially in the crypto space. If you've been in the crypto space for a long time, you've seen this stuff over and over again, especially that happens in the socials. The FUD starts and it just spirals out of control, and a lot of people that are engaging in this type of activity generally either they don't study the project, they've been in crypto space for a short time, and they're easily persuaded. The FUD gets to them very quickly, and they often come in quick and they often exit out quick, because that's just how they operate in the crypto space, because they don't see things long term, they just see things short term, because that's how they're programmed in their day job. Now, not everyone, but I'm just saying, all right? A lot of this stuff happens in crypto all the time. And you can either be proactive and give suggestions to turn the project around, to get the GST price up, to get the settlement up, to get everyone positive again. Or you can just be negative and just say it's a scam, and teams rugging, and all these things that are negative. So you can have a look at it half glass full or half empty. It just depends on how you basically see life. All right, so with that said, let's get into the suggestions. At the end, I want to give you my personal suggestion that will increase the GST price immediately, not in a week's time, not in 6 months time, or in a couple of months time. This will increase the price immediately. All right, so I'm going to leave that to the end. Number 13. Okay, number 1, offline events. I know that this isn't really increasing the GST price directly, but the offline events, like a world tour in every major city, I've seen this in other projects before, where some not as transparent as STEPN, but this stuff works. Offline events works. Face to face, meet people, meet and greet. Hey, this is the app. This is how it works. Simplifying it in just layman terms, and getting people that are not in crypto, right? Getting new people that are not crypto savvy, getting them into the app. Obviously, they've got Alchemy Pay coming, and they can pay with credit card. Because I find that the people in crypto, a bunch of people in crypto, they just do the same thing. They're in and out. They get rich quick, and they just look at these projects. As soon as they see the price coming down, they start spreading FUD. So the offline people, obviously, they're new to crypto, so we can get them started, and by doing the world events in every major city, you can get anywhere from 100 to 1,000 people per event if you promote them, and then do every major city, and that'll bring potentially hundreds of thousands of more people into STEPN. Obviously, they need to buy the token, and the NFT sneakers, and then that'll the whole thing will just kickstart again. I probably didn't mention one, which I just thought of actually. I might put it at the end as well. It's pretty significant. Okay, sneaker shelf life. I've seen this before. So this is number 2, sneaker shelf life. So the sneakers don't actually last forever. They have a shelf life, and then after a certain period of time, you have to buy another sneaker. So this will bring money back into the system. This will allow minting, which will burn GST, and so forth. So once you have your sneakers, they have a shelf life. So, you know, that one, I don't know how that'll work, but that is a suggestion I've seen before. Number 3, burn the GST supply. Currently there's like 6 billion, I believe. You have to check CoinGecko. But you could burn that supply. Just send, you know, the GST that the team has. Send it to a burn address, right? And this will, short term anyway, sort of within the first sort of month, this will start to filter in and make the actual GST more scarce. Just like Bitcoin, there's only 21,000 Bitcoin. Well, this will maybe not burn as much as from 6 billion to 1 billion, maybe not burn that much, but just burn, have either regular burns or you know, just a quarterly burn, or just burn some immediately. Now, I don't know the exact amount of GST going around within the app, so they'd have to figure out how much is in the market, how much is getting bought up every day, and then and how much they have, and just burn. Do what Binance does. Binance does like a quarterly burn. They've been doing quarterly burns for the last 3 years. So they do help. They just don't have an immediate effect, but they will make the supply scarce. Number 4, if GST drops below a certain price, there's no cashing out on GST. So this one's a bit harsh because, you know, once you stop people from not having their freedom of selling GST, this can really cause a lot of FUD. So maybe not the best, but you could probably use this one in an emergency. So once the GST drops to under a certain price, you can just have this GST not able to be cashed out, or like you can't withdraw it, or you can't swap it within the app, or you can only use that GST. Like you can still use the GST, but just not for that time period that the price drops. You can use it in the game, like you should be using it in the game. Level up, minting gems, upgrading your gems, obviously repairing your shoe, and so forth. All right, that one's a bit sort of contentious. That one. Okay, number 5, levels that don't allow GST to be cashed out. So this one again, this will probably, you know, upset a lot of people, but certain levels don't, you can't cash out the GST. So that'll, what it will do is it will hopefully encourage people to keep on leveling up, right? So, you know, if they stay at a certain level, they're only going to make so much GST a day. So let's say they're at level 1, they're only making like, I don't know, $10 a day, right? They're not going to, it's going to take them forever. So if they level up, they're obviously going to earn more, right? So by leveling up, they use the GST, but then on certain levels, they can't earn. So what are they going to do? They're just going to keep on leveling up till they get to a level that they're happy with, that they can earn GST. All right. So again, I don't know exactly how this would work, but having levels that don't allow GST to be cashed out, maybe. Again, you know, these are just my suggestions, and suggestions I've seen from other people. So just let me know what your suggestion is. Comment below. Okay, number 6. We're still at 6. We've still got 13 to go, and up to 13. So we've still got, my maths is pretty bad, 7 to go plus a bonus one. Okay, so number 6. Bonus raffles on certain levels we paid in Sol. So that means basically, once you reach a certain level, there's like a raffle every day. So I've seen this in other projects. So obviously the higher the raffle, the higher the level that you're in. Like every day you get an entry. So let's say there's like level 10, right? So where does the money come from? The money has to come from the pot, or the certain amount of GST, that the certain amount of sneakers that are getting sold every day. A small portion of that. So that it could be like 10 grand, 20 grand. Don't forget, the profit every day that STEPN is making, they've said publicly, they're making between $3 million and $5 million profit. That's profit per day. So in the bonus raffles, how it would work is you could just have like a pot of, say, 100 grand, and give, say, like 10 people 10 grand each, and you do that every day. But they're going to reach certain levels. So that means, if it's level 10, any person that has level 10 shoe, they automatically go into the raffle to be one of the winners, say one of the 10 winners, to win that 100 grand, 10 grand each. You know what I mean? So it's an incentive for people to level up, right? And that money can just come from the daily anyway. I mean, they're making 3 to 5 million. I mean, sure, they can, hand over 100 grand to help the ecosystem and encourage people to level up. So what is in level up doing? People need to use GST, right? So that stops people from selling it. Number 7, shoe repair mandatory in every session. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. I'll admit, I mean, there's not every session I repair my shoe fully. Sometimes I repair only half. Because don't forget, you can get it down to 51% or 50% before it stops kind of working. So there's times where I'll run on 80%, and then the other GST I'll use for something else. So, but this mandatory repair means basically, when you walk, run, or jog, you have to use the GST to fully restore 100%. So probably what I could have put there is 100% restoration of the sneaker. Okay. Number 8, withdrawal limit on GST. Step up as you level up. So this one, again, pretty contentious. The withdrawal limit. So basically, as you level up, you can withdraw more a day. So let's say level 1, it would be only 10, and then level 2 would be 15, and then level 3, 20, and so forth, until you get to like level 10, you can withdraw more. So the more you level up, the more you can withdraw. And you might argue, well, that's kind of in effect now, but by putting a limit on the withdrawal, you would stop it, the GST from just flooding the market. You could do it. The withdrawal could be like not a daily, but a milestone that's reached. So, for example, like the level 1 would have, say, 100 GST, or no, that's probably too much. Probably 20 GST. So you can withdraw. Say you're running or walking, and you earn 10 GST. In 2 runs or 2 walks or 2 jogs, you're going to hit your limit, because the limit is 20 GST. So then you have to level up to get to the next level. So then you can withdraw more. That's what I mean by that. That's probably a better way to think it. Okay. So suggestion number 9. The percentage of the daily profit by the team goes back into buying GST off the market. I don't know if they're doing this already. Maybe they are, because I haven't listened to every AMA. But if they're making $3 to $5 million per day profit, I'm sure that they can spend 500 grand or $1 million to buy back GST. I mean, they could just have a bot that just buys it automatically, or even arbitrage it, and then take the profits to then buy back even more. So I'm not sure whether they're doing this already, but once the price of GST dumps, they got to recover it by buying more. So if you could do this with a bot very, very easily. There's other protocols that do this with a bot, that arbitrage it and then use the profits to buy back more. It's crazy. So that's number 9. So suggestion number 10, dynamic GST and GMT rewards switching. So what I mean by that is, whatever's down, say GST is down, then it automatically switches to GMT as your rewards. So you're thinking, hey, I want to get GST. No, you're going to get GMT for that day because GST is down. And then whatever goes back up, then you switch it back. So just say the next day GST, because a whole day of GST has had time to recover, then the next day, or not even that, within a couple of hours or 4 hours or 8 hours, it then switches to the to GST again. I know that's probably going to work against the tokenomics, but by switching, it just relieves pressure off the coin that is dumping, and it switches it to the other coin, if you know what I mean, right? So maybe that might not work, but it's just a suggestion. Suggestion number 11: the lock staking GST to earn rewards. I think this is a really good one. They don't have it, as far as I know. They don't have it. I know. I think Binance have it for GMT, I believe, but they could have it in house. So there'll be benefits to lock staking. So Binance have had this for years, and I know Crypto.com have it as well. So they have like a 1 month, 3 month, and like a 6 month, and they give you certain percentage or APR on the time that you lock it up. So obviously, the longer you lock it up, say if you lock it up for 12 months, 6 months, then you would get a higher APR. So essentially, just staking, you're earning more rewards, but that locks up the supply, a certain amount of it, but obviously you can't access it. All right, so that's a suggestion. Suggestion number 12: merch in the Gst app. I saw this suggestion on Discord, so it's not my suggestion. And how it would work is, when you earn your GST every day, well, then you could just buy merch with that GST within the app. You just click on it; it'll just use that GST or transfer it over into the store, and it would have to be seamless to make it really, really easy. Click a button here, and then you could buy a merch, right? You could have like a different shirts, or you could just have a pack of shirt, cap, water bottle, socks, or whatever, right? Probably a pack would be better because, well, maybe give people options. Yeah, give people options. And then they could just use the GST that they earn for free to buy the shirts. Okay? And obviously that would be at an inflated price because, then they could cover their costs on making the merch. Obviously this would be outsourced, but, they got to cover the costs on it. So I think people would do it because it's not like people are paying out of their own money, even though it is money, but it's not like they just walked and they're getting like a pack. So I think people will go for it because, especially the people that are really right into STEPN, they'll buy this. And if they had, I looked everywhere for merch. I could find merch anywhere. Maybe I'm not looking in the right place, but I checked all the Discords and all the links, and I couldn't find any merch links. So if you know where the merch link is, let me know. I'm thinking about buying a shirt. But I think that people will buy this. People that are really devoted to STEPN will buy the merch. And then obviously that's just another avenue where they can take their GST off the market. And finally, number 13, this is my number one suggestion for GST, which will decrease or increase the price immediately. And that is have an in-app OTC GST selling. So what does that mean? It means that instead of going selling GST right on the market and dumping the price, the team has GST, right, and that you need to swap it for Sol. The GST is swapped. You know what I mean? So you go to the app in the app, and it's just swapped. It's the swapping for the GST for the Sol does not affect the market. It's OTC, or what they call over the counter. That's what OTC stands for. It's not going to affect the price in the market. And I think this is very, very powerful. They do a lot of OTC selling with Bitcoin. Obviously, in the thousands, hundreds and thousands, and in the millions. But the OTC GST selling in the app would not affect the price. People could still cash out the GST, but it will not affect the price. So they could set that up. And then obviously the bonus one, which I thought of as I was doing this video, is you buy your sneakers in GST, not in Sol or BNB. This would make people buy GST. Jane comes into the market. She wants to buy a sneaker. How do I buy the sneaker? Oh, I need to buy GST. Not Sol or BNB. I need to buy GST, and then this will relieve the pressure because people are constantly buying, and people are minting GST, which burns it, and then people are buying GST, to buy the sneakers. Jane needs to buy GST to get her sneaker. Whereas if they're just using Sol or BNB, there's no real, well, there is benefit to the team because they're getting that money, but if they're using the GST to buy the sneaker, that is going to make a massive difference. It's going to relieve so much pressure for the GST price. Alright guys, so there are my 13 suggestions plus a bonus one at the end. Let me know which one is your best, or which one is, you could even have a suggestion even better than mine. Let me know, comment below. Again, this is for a solution to the problem. It's proactive, and it's looking at solving the problem instead of being part of the problem. All right, so which side are you on? Are you a glass half full, or are you a glass half empty? Thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.